Boom! Nope. Welcome back, everybody, to another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat, Mr. Creole Catfishing. And tonight we're joined by CatchFishWithUs. Yes. What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
How we doing?
What do you guys think about that intro, huh?
That was awesome.
Some impressive pictures.
That's Mr. Kelly Bullock hooking us up again this week, getting us rocking and rolling. And he's already got the spotlight loaded up and ready for us tonight. So first of all, welcome in, guys. Thanks for taking the time to jump on. And I know it was kind of short notice. We was going back and forth on what we was going to do for a show tonight. And so I appreciate you guys being flexible and say, hey, come on in. We'll talk fishing.
Don't you worry about it. It was short notice, but we had plenty of time to notify both our subscribers.
I like it. I like it. Absolutely. Oh, we're going to have a good time tonight. Hey, before we get started, we want to do our due diligence. We actually talked about this right before the show. We was talking about the fact that, we always say hello and what that comes down to. And it was said perfectly. It's like going into church. You know what I mean? You just kind of shake hands and say hello to everybody. And you don't feel like you've done your job or sat down or time to sit down until you say hello. So we're going to start out the night by doing just that. Say hello to everybody. So I seen Mike Sampson in the house at 5 o'clock. I don't know. He was he wanted to make sure he got his seat. So hopefully he's got his popcorn. He's good to go. So welcome in, Sappy. Love you, brother. 922 Crappie Barbecue's in the house. Fishing with Mid-South. What's up, Big Mike? Big Wrench is in the house as well. What's going on? Uh-oh. Mama's in the house. Mama Jammer.
Uh-oh.
That's
the
Jackie.
Boss is in the house.
Well, she is watching from the hospital. So thoughts and prayers going out to her dad. Her dad is not doing great and asked her to take him to the hospital and get checked out.
Absolutely.
So fingers crossed and prayers are needed. Hopefully Dad Jack there, he'll be all right. So, but I'll try to keep things in line because she's coming home soon. So I got to behave. Bagman 22, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Curtis Cunningham's in the house. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. I got to slow down when I say that. I'll mess it all up. In the house. Welcome. Fish On's in the house. Thank you for stopping in. Mr. Kelly Bullock is here as well. We got Facebook land. We got Michael King tuning in and Ted Ellenbecker. Thank you guys both for stopping in tonight. Appreciate you. Wabash Nate's in the house. Oh, boy. What is this? James.
I know how I would pronounce it down here. Now, I don't know how y'all pronounce it, but to me, that's Deroche.
What did you say?
Deroche. That's how we say that down here. That might be Deroche. I don't know. He'll tell us in chat, but that's how we say that.
James, we want to make sure we don't jack this up every time. So if you don't mind kind of helping us out with the pronunciation of your last name, I don't want to murder it every week. But appreciate you being here. I believe that's the first time I've seen you here. So welcome. Thank you, brother. Okay. Bobcat's in the house. Catfish Bandit. Haven't seen you guys in a while, man. Hope all is well. Harley Neal's in the house. What's up, my brother?
Wow.
We got to get that guy on the show, too. That'd be a fun show right there.
Get my notepad ready for that one.
There we go. War Pig's in the house. What's up, War Pig? Thanks for stopping in. Another channel member helping us out over here on keeping the lights on at the studio. River Rats Catfishing Club. There we go. I think he double dipping on us. He got in on the Facebook and the YouTube side. We'll take both thumbs up, brother.
I like it.
There's Zach, my brother River Warrior himself. We are actually got a big trip heading out next week. We are heading down to Alabama to do some pre-fishing for the Sea Arc Invitational Tournament.
Ooh, nice.
I am super pumped about that. Harold Bolton's in the house, another channel member. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Stonefly 71, local brother. Been passing back and forth some information on the river, back and forth there. Paul Edmonston's in the house. What's up, buddy? Woo-wee. Pontoon Jody's in the house. Jody, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Mike Greenwell. There we go. We got all three in the house now. Clearview Outdoors.
River Warriors present and accounted for.
That's it. Spent the eclipse out on Hoover trying to catch some fish. John Boy, what's going on? We'll touch base on the eclipse and was it good for fishing or not? Because I've got mixed reviews. I've been trying to keep up on what everybody was up to. The majority of people said it was a good day to fish. But I know Skip was out. They caught like 8 fish before the eclipse and only caught 1 fish after the eclipse.
And shut it down after. Yeah, go figure.
I don't know if that had anything to do with anything, to be completely honest, but
stand 3. We got stand 3 and then stand 2. We got both stands in the house. What's happening, guys?
there we go. We got Dale Hayslip in the house as well. What's up, Dale? Crappie Day Fish on. Missy Kennedy is in the house as well. We got a Facebook user says Mystery Man in the house. There's Daryl Morse, Bob Britt. These guys, everybody's double dipping.
They double dipping. I like it.
I like it. There's John Smallwater Charters. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate you.
Let's see. Going through, making sure we don't miss anybody.
Wabash Nate. I can't remember if I got him first time around, but thank you.
Let's see. We got Daryl in the house on the YouTube side.
I see Kelly saying Creole needs to show off those awesome jigs he got this weekend.
I do actually. I'll go get him here in just a minute. But yeah, we'll
don't be making me jealous. I'm heading to Alabama, and I'm wishing I had more skipjack rigs.
That's exactly what these are for. I'm gonna try them out Sunday. We go check it out.
Mike Irvin's in the house. What's up, buddy? There you go, Eddie River Junkie. Thanks for stopping in. Getting down here.
John Orler, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, John? Mike Greenwell says honorary river warrior. I think he's earned his stripes, to be honest with you.
I think so.
He does some hardcore fishing.
Let's see who else. Captain Morgan in the house. We got Sue Woolley in the house with us. Mr. Terry Lane. Miss Kelly. Hooks and Hammocks. What's happening?
Jerry Parker, man, had a solid performance this weekend on the Uno tournament. Ruining Kevin's bite. As good as what Jerry was out there. I think he had a 62 pounder that hit draw 4, and it still was no match for Channel Cats.
It was not enough.
And that is the story of the night tonight. I see Dad was in here earlier. There's Mama's in the house. Got Mom and Dad both tuning in. Thank you guys for hopping over here. And we've got a big appointment coming up next week for Mom, so she can use some extra thoughts and prayers. Benoit Fishing, what's going on, ladies? Patriot James is in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, James? Good seeing you, brother. Yep, I actually got me a package in the mail from Benoit Fishing. I got some of that carp bait, that prepackaged carp bait, and we'll be trying that this week too. We're gonna put it to the test.
There you go. All right. I think we made it to the bottom. If we missed you, it was not intentional. We'll try to catch folks as they come in. We got 60 people in the house already. We're only 8 minutes into the show. So thank you guys so much for stopping in. Now, for the star of the show, Catch Fish with Us. Let's see if I can get the screen layout here a little bit.
Whoa, too much, Roger. There we go. That's better. I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, he's on it, man. All right. Well, welcome in, guys. Hey, if you don't mind, kind of introduce yourselves to the group here, and it kind of tell us a little bit about yourselves, where you're from, where you like fishing.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Oh my gosh. I'm B, and I hate being on camera. 100%. 100%.
They drug you along. I understand.
They did. I just like to fish everywhere. I don't care. Not biased. Everywhere.
Likes to fish everywhere. Got it.
Everywhere.
Do you
She's
have
the boss of the operation?
Everywhere.
I was a bass and muskie guy, and she was like, when we first met, she's like, let's go fishing. And she's like, let's go catfishing. I was like, catfishing? That's what we do when the other fish aren't biting and we want to drink some beer. And down a long, big old rabbit hole, and here we are 14 years later. And that's about all we do, catfish anymore.
That's it. She says she's hardcore.
Yes, she is. She's the boss.
There you go.
My name is Joe Bill. I'm from a small town called Moringa, or Delaware, Ohio. Sorry, it's not that small, but been fishing for my whole life, about 40 years.
I got it. So you guys are from like central Ohio, north?
Yes.
Kind of north central Ohio.
Right smack dab in the middle of the state.
Right smack dab in the middle. So home waters for you guys is Hoover, Sandusky. You said Dillon earlier when we was talking.
Allen Creek, Sandusky Bay. Used to fish on the Muskingum River a lot, but
gotcha.
That's gone downhill the last few years. So Pretty much. We spent a lot of time on Hoover.
I can tell you didn't miss much Saturday night. You made a good call there.
No, I kind of knew we wouldn't. And this week, though, it's firing up.
Yeah. So seeing what I'm seeing of the last few days of fishing, fish are being caught, but they're covered in mud, which it looks like they're all coming off. They're getting active. They've been hunkered down. So I imagine they're going to have to they're hungry. So I imagine the bite's going to pick up pretty good, although we have rain scheduled for the next 3 days.
And high winds on Saturday, up to 20 miles an hour. And that lake, as small as it is, it can get rough.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that is a subject when it comes to Hoover is, we lost an angler about a month ago up on Hoover due to rough water. And then about a year ago, we lost our brother, Shane, up there as well. And so people ask me, I know Jackie asked me specifically, she says, what is it about Hoover that makes it so dangerous? Like, why is this happening on Hoover like 2 years in a row? And here's my opinion. It's not, those no facts to back this up, but here's part of I think the problem is it's a 9.9 lake. And I think that most people think because it's 9.9, it can't be that bad, right? It's got to be, it's just a small lake. So they take vessels out that aren't prepared on them big windy days. Hoover is a straight north-south lake. If you get a north wind or a south wind is a little bit worse just because it does run north-south. There's not a lot of flow, but there can be flow. And Hoover gets rough. And I think people take it too lightly because they think it's a 9.9 lake. They can just take, their John boat out and they're going to be okay. And then people make mistakes, when you get panicked and bad things happen.
A lot of small boats, real small boats.
Yeah.
The little plastic boat. You saw my boat over the weekend. It's a larger boat. Even with a 9.9, 5 miles an hour, it puts off a large wake. I have to slow down for some of these other vessels because I feel like, hey, look, my wake could endanger them. I'm fully within my rights, but I have to take their safety into consideration. Some of those small little plastic, I don't even know what you call them, but they're only looking at like 3 or 4 inches of freeboard with two guys in them.
Yeah. So there's definitely a lot to be said about that. And then also, if you start taking on water and you're on a 9.9, you can't take off and get on plane. Most of these boats, I can't get, my boat don't go on plane. Yeah, there you go. Please wear life jackets. Things get bad faster than you react. Anytime that water is rough up there, I know like Skip and Lloyd were up there fishing this week, and in the morning it was pretty choppy. And they had their life jackets on. I mean, they were on trolling motor legally. They did not need. They gone.
Oh, here we go. Got them back. Hang on. We got it. Skipped over 1 second. Now we got it.
I don't know what
I
happened.
thought it was on half Amish cell service out here for a second.
Anyway, so they, wearing your life jackets and putting your safety first is always good.
Yep.
So what are you guys' preferred methods of fishing it? Because obviously you're fishing mostly reservoirs. I'm going to go on a limb and say dragging is your go-to.
Yep. 99% of the time dragging. Yes, sir. Well, like the other night you said you were anchored up off the point of that island up there. Certain times of the year that works really well. The fish in Hoover move a lot. I mean, you have to chase those fish around, and so you have to become proficient at dragging. Most of the time, like this weekend, if we do fish it, we're still debating on where we're going to go, but if we do fish it, we're probably just going to anchor up somewhere out of the wind. Not ideal, but that's what we'll have to do.
Well, especially on Hoover, when you get, not Hoover, Sandusky Bay, when you got a real good wind, and I didn't pay attention to the direction, but honestly, it doesn't seem to matter a lot because what happens is on the bay, people don't think that the bay has current, but it does. And it's driven by wind. So basically the wind off of the main lake pushes water into the bay and it only gets so full and then it goes back out. And it kind of does that rhythm all day long.
Almost like a tide in a way.
What's that title?
Almost like a tide in a way.
Time you're pulling planer boards on the bay and you're like, why is that board going that way? And you realize, all right, you just went through a major current seam. And
we couldn't keep our board straight the other night because of current.
Yep. Yeah, I've actually used 8 and 10 ounce sinkers up there, and people are like, "Are you kidding me? It's a lake. It's a bay. Like, why wouldn't the world?"
It's 7 feet deep, and yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good question right here. I like
found
saying
a
three
spot.
question.
There you go. If you found a spot that was more active in a lake, would you drag it or anchor up on that one spot?
I go NASCAR circles around that one spot.
Mm.
That's basically what we did Saturday night. Most of those fish we caught came out of about I don't know, 100-yard by 100-yard square.
Yep.
And
Kept
just,
going back to it.
and just keep going back through. Okay.
See, what I, especially up on Hoover, sometimes it seems like you could drag one way through. You could mark a lot of fish, and you can go one way through the fish. You might pick up a couple. If you turn around and go back the other way, you might pick them all up.
Yes, sir.
There's some truth behind dragging in opposite directions. So anytime I've tried to come across fish that I've marked and I didn't pick them up, I try to get the boat to turn around and go back through them the opposite direction. Then if you don't pick them up, they're not active. But 90%, even in the river, people think that the fish stack up in columns like this facing into the current, but they don't, unless it's
Not
some super
necessarily.
current. They'll be turned every which way. They're not necessarily completely direction oriented all the time. But their internal compass, if you put all your fish in a live well and then open the lid, every single fish is facing the same way. And those of you guys that tournament fish or keep, even if you're keeping fish to eat, you put your fish in the box. When you open the box, every fish is facing the same direction. I don't know what it is, why they're facing that direction. I can't answer that, but they are. They're all laying the same way normally, unless you got some big fish. Now, I don't normally have so big a fish they can't turn around. So
That's what I was thinking too. Sometimes they don't have a choice but to face one way.
yeah, I was going to say, Jeremy puts fish in the box and they can't turn around. So they're whatever way he put them in there. But 60% of the time, it works every time. Thanks, Dan. So tell us a little bit about, so first of all, real quick, guys, these guys are, excited to start in their YouTube journey. They're brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are like right around 30 subscribers or something like that. And we've got their link down.
That was generous. Thank you.
What's that?
That was generous. Thank you.
Heard it. I think the other day when I looked, it was like 27 or 28 or 20 something. So I figured you made it by 30 by now. But no, I've got their links down in the description. You guys are going to see a lot of these guys, especially heading into this online fishing tournament league. These guys have a plan. And if you guys weren't convinced by Saturday night that Sandusky Bay's channel cats can compete with the top fisheries in the country, you were mistaken, because the consistency that place puts out is unreal. You're not going to catch a 60 pounder up there, but you might catch 100 20 pounders,
right?
Or 50 20 pounders. And for many of these tournaments, those type of numbers and results are going to be extremely productive.
If you're dealing with numbers or like a total weight tournament, you can just absolutely just knock it out, catching 15, 20 pounds at a time consistently right off the bat. It's killer in those type of situations.
Absolutely.
It's like Saturday night was slow compared to what it's about to turn into.
Wow. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I told these guys before the show, obviously we like to fish Sandusky Bay too. And some of the events that are in the lineup, Sandusky Bay would be a good option. It comes down to pure numbers. Sandusky Bay is going to be a great option. And I told them first thing tonight, I said, right now for Ohio, for what we got, these guys are my biggest. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Drop the link out there for you guys.
Thank you.
If you guys haven't set the hook on these guys, consider setting the hook. I believe you guys are going to have a lot more content and a lot more fun stuff coming up. I love you guys' attitude during the live stream. That was your first live stream, right?
Yes, sir. First tournament ever.
First tournament ever. First live stream ever, and you nailed it. So I wasn't able to watch a lot, obviously, because I was on the boat fishing, trying to keep up with you guys, and just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But your screen presence was really good. Just talking to you guys before the show and now during the show, you guys got a good upbeat personality that I think is going to catch on pretty quick. Hey, Catfishing Chaos, what's up, buddy? We got all kinds of Ohio guys coming in.
Yep, because things like this have happened in the past. If you remember, Roger, small channel, first time live, first time tournament, win the tournament, and then YouTube channel does this. It's happened. It's happened to me, 5 years ago, but it happens. It's great for a YouTube channel to win your tournament first time out. Let me tell you.
You got hooks and hammocks saying, I set the hook on them. I'm going to need a guide when I make it up to the bay.
Come on up, brother. Come
There
on
you
up.
go.
We'll put you on the fish. I can go weeks without reeling in a fish. To me, finding the fish, getting on them, putting everyone else on the fish, that's my joy right there.
I'm Randy Lynn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have that same attitude mentality that 9 times out of 10, if I got somebody, Curtis Cunningham is dropping the OHIO. There you go, brother.
Go Bucks.
I set the hook on my PB Blue Cat, 60 pounds this weekend. There you go, James. Congratulations, buddy. That is a big fish. I don't care where you are. That's a big fish.
I still want to know who got his last name right. I still need to know that. It's bugging me.
I didn't see it in chat yet, but
No.
But I'm just going to keep calling him James because I'm not even attempting that last name.
Come on, man.
So what are you guys' bait of choice? Do you have different techniques for different times of the year, or do you guys have a hardcore regiment that you guys like to stick with?
Normally it's shrimp at Lake Erie, and this time of year, might as well not throw anything but shad.
Nothing but shad this time of year. I got you.
And
There we
Joe
go.
and I go up in the winter months, and we go up and snag big gizzard shad, like 2-3 pound gizzard shad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have seen folks with those pictures. I've never had nothing like that down here where I'm from, but yeah, that's amazing.
If you want to go up in the winter one weekend, holler at us, and we'll go up and we'll snag them. It's a good time.
Now, okay, I know who that is now. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't recognize your name. I know who that is. That's right. I met him. He lives south of me. He was fishing on the bank with John and them.
Based on his last name alone, I thought he knew you.
Yep.
So he's got to know Jeremy somehow.
Right.
So shrimp for the most, I don't know what just happened. Shrimp for the most part, and shad during the cold winter months, which pretty much sounds pretty consistent with even down here. Like I'll use chicken, even at Hoover. Chicken works pretty good for me on the warmer months. But this time of year, I want shad and bluegill and whatever else I can get a hold of.
Now, for the blues on Hoover, we really like, the crappie fishermen hate this, but we like using crappie.
Our favorite.
Bluegill, fresh caught, shad, bluegill, crappie.
Yeah.
Have yet to try saw guide. That's kind of sacrilegious there.
That's what people's feelings.
Well, I can tell you, coming from the Ohio River, saw guy works really well.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they are kind of a deep water fish. So,
yeah, they're naturally down at the bottom where the catfish generally are. Same with the drum and the carp and things like that.
Interesting.
So it's a fish don't care if they're in the way, they go down the gut.
Yep, that is right.
And the fish that are in that environment naturally seem to be a better bait 99% of the time.
Absolutely.
John.
Hey, there's Rusty Moorfield. What's up, buddy? I was having issues seeing the chat. Good evening. It depends if so Jeremy and I simulcast on both channels.
Right.
Most of the chat is generally on the Muskrat channel, but for folks that like put it up on their TV, just kind of kick back and don't chat much, head over to Jeremy's channel. It helps give him some watch hours. And that's why we do it both ways. We don't want all the hours to hit one channel or the other. So we simulcast. So if you jump on Jeremy's channel, man, we're happy to jump over there and leave a thumbs up and you can try to comment, but I don't know how many people's over there. But sometimes that's the issue when people saying, I can't see so-and-so's chat. What are you talking about?
Let's see. There is 45 on Muskrat Adventures and 27 in my channel. I can see that.
Shoot.
See, all 27 of my crew, they're sitting in their recliners, probably with a frosty beverage, watching on TV. See, that's what my crew does.
That's normally how I watch. I watch, and then like today I got in your interview with Ray and the Brotherhood one you did a couple weeks ago. I got those in the car today when I travel for work. It's funny, Joe called me earlier, this short notice thing, and I was listening to your Brotherhood over Brands at that time. And he's like, hey, Roger called. Do you want to do a show? I said, that's funny. I'm listening to one right now.
Yeah, I was pretty flattered when you guys said that you've been watching the show for a while. So, so give everybody kind of a rundown what we can expect to see. What are your guys' like short-term, long-term goals with your channel? Obviously, you're brand new, starting out. So what are some things that you guys want to do with your channel, or how do you see yourselves, 6 months, a year from now?
Take it. You want me to take it? All right, I'll take it. All right. The Catch Fish with Us, the name, that kind of came from, we want to share this with people.
Mm-hmm.
We want to bring people out with us on the boat who don't get the opportunity to.
Love it.
People maybe never caught a fish. I want to get more people involved. Lucky to be in the position we are. We can share it with others.
Right.
And that's what I want to share. And I want to make content I travel for work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I sit in the hotel room watching YouTube videos. I want to make content for guys like me that they want to watch. I got a lot to learn. On making content and putting together videos and all that. But we want to, pull someone random off Facebook or off YouTube, whatever. Say, hey, come on out and catch fish with us. That's it. That was the thought behind it. And we talked about starting the channel last summer. Started doing a little bit of recording. All winter, we kind of kicked around ideas, and that's what we came up with.
They told me I couldn't fish if I wouldn't agree to be on the channel.
Yes. Actually, guys, there's a second boat I'm building out there for her, so she doesn't have to be on video.
Well, I can tell you that Jackie is not a fan of attention. She does not like to draw attention to herself. She does not want to be center of attention at all. And she did a show a couple weeks ago by herself.
I thought that.
Did.
She did. That was a lot of giggling.
Yeah.
I would fail.
Well, she is completely invested into the community. So today she sent me messages. She's like, hey, I messaged Chris Souders about Akuma convector reels. I'm like, what? She's like, I asked Jody about her Mad Cats reels. I was interested in how she felt about those reels. And I talked to so-and-so. I'm like, wait a minute. She is just taking off right now. She's sending me pictures for a new Catfishing for Kids logo that we're designing for this year. And she's something else. She pulled the boat all the way to Hoover for me and backed me in. I was like,
you have created a monster, is what you've done. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, the thing is
awesome to have that person by your side that is invested in it and all. She might not like the video part, but here's one for you. Last year, she watched a guy at the dock at Hoover back his boat off, hits the button on his Altera, backs it out, and by the time I got back down to the ramp, she said, "I need that." I was like, "Dang." So she surprised me this spring with it. So yeah, and to have someone that's that into it and wants the same thing, she's not like, how much did you spend? I don't ever have to. So
I wonder if my wife is watching this show. She could learn from this experience. Just saying.
Hey, Miranda Lynn, good luck at practice. I'll catch up with you soon. I love you.
But our ultimate goal is, I talked to you a little bit about it earlier, is be awesome to do this full time.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys was also talking about, offering, getting your captain's license and offering services to taking people out. I think I'm creating a monster with the fun of catfishing. Yeah.
Yep.
So we went to the catfish conference, and, I need somebody to say, like, yeah, come on, man, you really don't need that many rods, do you? Or you don't need that. man, she was like, I picked up the skipjack rod, and she's like, you better buy 2, because if not, I'm taking yours. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I think we went over to River Cats Tackles. She was like, yeah, I definitely got to have a purple rod. Oh, you know what? Go ahead and make it a pink rod too. And give me a pink and a purple reel to go along with it. And I'm like, what? And then she went over to FOA and came back with like 5 spools of line. She's like, look how beautiful these are. You know how good this line's going to look on my reels? I'm like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Chris had the best day ever of the tournament. Like, nothing he did was not good luck. He went in a bait shop, won a Mad Cat's rod and reel.
It ended up being a good day. Yeah, it was one of those days nothing could go wrong. But you just brought up FOA, Freddie. If you haven't seen them, the new towels are out there for the league. And they're awesome. I ordered mine.
There you go. Yeah, I've seen you guys already got some merch out. I've seen some beanies or
No, that's just for us. We're not selling anything. We're not selling.
Okay.
I make everything.
They're gonna, now that we've said it out loud, they're gonna have to now.
No,
Everybody's gonna be asking about
brother.
And I can't make things all the time.
Yeah, there's plenty of websites out there that make stuff for you, and we got folks in the community. Yeah,
Eventually we'll have to do it.
Eventually, yeah. If you continue to grow and spread your wings, especially if you go into the charter business and stuff like that, making business cards and towels. Somebody could take something home with them, physically touch it, taste it, smell it. You know what I mean? It's just a towel, but they
already. See, somebody want one. I'm telling you,
there you go.
You're going to have enough of a while of people asking and you telling them no, that you don't have it. It's going to just kind of force you to do it for a while. I'm telling you.
Jackie, you guys just talk about taking people out fishing. She just sent me a message. Ask them if they want to go fishing May 4th. So far, May 4th was the only day that we don't have plans for like the next 4 months. Today, she's like, I think May 4th is the only date we have available to do anything. And she's like, ask them if they want to fish May 4th.
I'll have to look at the schedule, but I know we go to Michigan somewhere in May, but I think it's after that. So yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, she runs the calendar. I have to ask her, what am I doing next weekend? Can I make plans on this weekend or that weekend? She's like, no, you got a tournament, you got an online tournament, and you got an in-person tournament, and then you got an online tournament.
And a birthday and a wedding and
yeah. Well, this weekend I thought I accidentally tried to sign up for a couple tournaments, and she's like, hey, Skip, you're right. I can get you some towels. She said, hey, we got Monster Jam tickets this Saturday. You're not doing tournaments. So I was like, oh, delete.
Ooh.
Let's see. May the 4th be with you. There we go. That's right. That is May 4th, ain't it?
That is.
May the 4th be with you.
Come on, Roger.
So tell everybody what you guys are fishing out of. Like what kind of gear you guys are using. Are you brand specific? Do you have any loyalty? Do you just use what you can get on?
We are using the Mad Cat's rods. Fell in love with those, ordered a couple, fell in love with them, stocked the whole boat with them. Reels are a hodgepodge. You know how that goes. You got except for her, she had to have her Revo, whatever it is. And,
oh boy,
it's the reel no one else will have to touch.
Okay,
but the reels are.
I got a bougie girl too.
They all have their flaws, right?
He loves using that reel. It's just not allowed.
Yeah, that's hers.
Okay.
Right.
I got you.
Actually, I've caught my biggest fish on the boat with her reel, but she wasn't on the boat that day.
Ooh,
I told you to use my freaking rod and reel.
A good friend will tell on you on a live cast, right?
Yeah. You gotta understand that when you start doing stuff live, you can't take it back. You can't edit it out.
Yeah.
Live is live.
And the community has great memories. And if you ever forget, everybody else will remember. Trust me.
Oh, that's a fact. What are you guys fishing out of?
It's a 1984 Starcraft. It was an Islander, which the Islander had the small cabin up front. And we did that for a few years. We'd spend the night on the river or whatever, just anchor up. Rods. It got to the point where we could lay in the cabin and be like, hey, that's your clicker. That's your clicker. And wouldn't have to do anything except for just lay there, enjoy the night. Well, as we got older and that cabin got smaller real quick, put on a few pounds, and
That is not true. As we became more obsessed with gear, the cabin was taking up room.
yeah, true.
There
So
we go.
opened it up, and it's a nice big stable platform for us. Always feel safe. It really works. Just 70 horsepower motor. I ain't going anywhere fast.
Yeah.
9.9 kicker to, and then the trolling motor, of course. So
I'll get to that question there, Paul, here in just a minute. Yeah, I'm a big. Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of the Deep V. You know, my boat is an old Sylvan. It's a 1983. It's pretty much the same as a Starcraft. I saw you guys' pictures and stuff of your boat. That's a Johnson 70.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Evinrude, but yes, yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Those motors are like, first of all, they're highly sought after. A lot of the small racing boats, for whatever reason, that is the engine they all want, because I don't know what they can do to that 3-cylinder, but the fuel mileage and the reliability of those 70 horse Evinrude and Johnson motors is outstanding, crazy. My buddy's got one on his 18-foot Sylvan. Man, he can run circles around me. I can go a little bit faster than him, but I'll run out of gas, and he'll still be going.
Yeah.
Very fuel efficient. The power to weight ratio is great. And for a 2-stroke, it's quiet. We can full throttle. We can have a conversation on the boat. So
Benoit Fishing wants to know what trolling motor you guys are running.
she got me that Altera 24-volt this year.
Oh, boy.
Saturday night was the first time out with it, and I'm in love. We didn't have spot lock. I had a trolling motor on the transom at Hoover the last couple of years, just pushing us around. And, oh yeah, now I can set a route and just hold a course. It's like I was playing with that. That's why I didn't catch any fish Saturday night. I was playing a trolling motor.
Yeah, once you learn how to lay a track and learn your I'm sure you got drift socks already, but once you learn how to lay a track and use drift socks to keep you straight on a windy day, yeah, it's a game changer. The Altera is good. We had trouble with cold weather. I know Skip's in here at Clearview. We ran into a lot of issues with his and cold weather. I'm hearing that they've upgraded everything and they've changed all that. People aren't having the same types of issues. I don't know that to be true or false, but launching it and being able to kick it on stuff was great. I seen the comment, until you forget to turn it on.
Yeah.
Steve Douglas has got a video out there somewhere where he had to go swimming.
We have a closed bow. I have to use my dock hook to turn it on if I do forget. So
there you go. Paul says he just bought a V hull. Heck yeah, man, that is awesome. Yeah, I like a deep V. Jackie and I, she thinks we're going to have a new boat next year, a new to us boat. We can't afford a new boat, but it's definitely going to be a V hull or a deep V. There's lots to choose from and look at, but
yeah,
they're so daggone expensive.
The only problem is we have 30 people every week at Hoover asking us how big his boat is.
It's too big for here. It's too big for here.
No,
I have a 22. I have a 22 footer. How big is yours?
17. It's only 17, but it looks big out there on the water. I'll admit it, but we get comments all the time. The boat's too big for.
Mine's 22, and the limit is 23.
Yeah.
So I don't know that because my buddy Doc Lane got kicked off of Hoover in a 24-foot Sea Arc.
They check.
I know. He only fished 1 hour of that tournament, and I think he either won or came in second place, and he only fished 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
That made it worth it.
When it's really cold, spray silicone spray on the shaft on the Altera. Jim, Buckeye Catfishing, that's a great tip. And that also goes for the Tarovas. If you get those shafts iced up in the cold weather, that silicone spray will do wonders. Keep that thing from freezing, because we've had those issues even with the Tarova manually putting it in and out. It'll freeze.
Yeah, I had seen that was the biggest issue with them locking up. So I made sure I got the quick disconnect bracket and all that, just because I don't want to try and take the side plates off to lower it down. I was like, I'll just get that quick disconnect, and if I have to, That's what I'll do. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. We don't fish when it gets too cold. That's when it's time to sawguy fish.
Hey, Paul, to answer your question, for a meet and greet for Southern Ohio, we are going to have one. I've talked to Brandon. Brandon asked me to take it over this year. Brandon's just got so much going on with his health and stuff that he couldn't even do it last year, and we don't want to miss another year in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and try to head that up this year and get it going. I think we've actually agreed on a date already, September, end of September. But once I get it figured out for sure, but it's looking like I'm going to try to go down on the river. You know me, I got to be on the river. So I don't know if it'll be a Rocky Fork. We're thinking about doing something down around Cincinnati area. So it's a little more centralized for like some tri-state, so we can get some Kentucky folks and some Indiana folks and stuff over if they want to join in for a meet and greet. But we are going to have a meet and greet this year. I've just got to get the details worked out, and then I'll start asking for help and volunteers to help make sure it's a good deal. It won't be as big as a gathering. I'm not even going to try to go there. I'm not Daryl. I'll never be Daryl. I don't want to be Daryl. Daryl's Daryl, and he's doing a fantastic job. Right. I'm just going to go to the gathering and have a good time. So
there you go.
But we will have a meet and greet here this year, so it'll be September.
The Ohio presence on YouTube, catfishing, is phenomenal.
It's crazy, isn't it? And
it is absolutely insane.
And Ohio is not that good of a fishery. I mean, it just
no, it's improving. What the state is doing here is improving in some ways. So I mean, and that's great for all of us.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great programs out there. Obviously, the stocking programs that they've launched over the last few years. Hoover being an exceptional success story when it comes to growth rate. You guys already know this, but you know, Hoover grows at an average of 4 to 4.9 pounds a year. And the average growth rate on the river is about 2.
It's because Hoover's got more crappie than any other body of water I've ever been on.
There you go.
Yeah, we just had this conversation the other day. I want to fish crappie so bad at Hoover, and I keep telling myself I'm going to come to Hoover and just crappie fish. But when I get up there and there's 50-pound blues and 70-pound flatheads that you can catch, I just have a hard time chasing crappie.
It is hard. Yeah. It is hard.
We're wanting to learn the Ohio River this year also. So,
yeah. Well, I'd be more than happy. You guys come down. I'll be more than happy to take you guys out and show you whatever I know. It shouldn't take long. But what type of electronics do you guys run on the boat?
I have a Lowrance 9-inch. I don't even triple hook, something to that I won last year on a Facebook thing. Other than that,
a hook triple shot. That's what you've got.
Yeah, that's what that was. Then I've got like a 10 or 12-year-old Helix 5.
Okay.
One of the first side imaging, and I ran that until last year. Now I just run that for a map and the 9-inch for my side scans.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Jeremy will be able to help you out a lot with your Lowrance electronics. I do have a Lowrance. I have a Lowrance TI 7. I think it's a 7 or a 9. I think it's a 7. It came with the boat when I bought it a few years ago, but it does great. It's just too small. I'm a snob. I have a 9-inch. I have 9-inch screens, Garmin's. So
right.
Benoit said Jackie says she's excited for Benoit for their upgrade. I don't know if they're talking about their boat or if they got electronics they're upgrading.
I think everything is getting upgraded, the boat and everything with it.
There you go.
Big upgrades.
We were watching them slay some channel cats the other night.
Well, they were so we talked a little bit about the eclipse and the effect it had, different areas, different channels, different things I've seen. They said that the bite was on fire until the eclipse. And after that, not so much. And that's exactly what Skip experienced. The bite was good. It wasn't on fire, but the bite was good until the total eclipse, and then nothing, hardly. And so
I was watching Skip's live stream from my back deck here, knowing I'm only 10 minutes away. It's like I could be there.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. He says I'm old. I have a 12-inch screen.
Yeah.
We Jackie and I have been looking at 12s. the Garmin G series, the GS like 8600 series that Ray Ferguson was talking about last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it popped up. Facebook heard us talking about it, I guess, but it popped up today as an ad. Do you have any idea how that they have a 22-inch screen?
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah. Do you know how much it is?
I
$13,000.
remember he said on the interview. Yeah, that's crazy.
$13,000 for a unit.
But you got to look what he's doing with it, though. He's using the tool that's given with that live scope, and I mean that's just crazy setup.
What's up, Brandon?
Brandon?
Well, he's actually using. I think he says he has 12-inch monitors, but he bought a 22-inch monitor. It's not a fish finder, but it's a monitor of some sort that does hook to Garmin and you still be controlled and used.
Yeah. It's a standalone monitor that interfaces with all of his Garmin stuff. And
he said it was touchscreen also with his Garmin.
Yes.
Yeah. For that reason, I saw the 22. I believe it was $14,000 or $13,000 for the 22-inch screen, or you can get the 12-inch for like $4,000 or $5,000 and get a monitor for like $2,000. So it's about half price and you get the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bobcat. I don't know who Bobcat's talking to. Bobcat says, "Team My Bad Dude is going to whip up on you this weekend, big boy." Well,
hey, we can't win them all. We can just win the first one and go from there, right?
It's him and James are going back and forth as usual.
There you go. Brandon says the 22-inch NBG battleship screen is $4,000. That's just the screen. That's nothing else.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't see that ever happening. I've already been trying to figure out how to hook my tablet up into it and just.
Yeah, no kidding.
My laptop, maybe something with a bigger screen.
Yeah. Like go buy one of those like $150 TVs at Walmart. Try to hook that up.
Someone did that on the front of the bass boat. Had to like 32-inch on the front of the bass boat.
Right. That's what I need.
Yeah. Trying to get the boat upgrade. Wait. Where'd you go? Trying to get the boat upgrade. Just going to get her on the water, then working on upgrades as we go through the year. I might have a couple things to help you guys get started. I offered you my net, but you didn't want it. I'm going to offer it to you again. And I might have another graph. That Elite TI-7. I haven't figured. I'm thinking about putting it on the back of the boat for when I'm bumping or suspend drifting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I ain't figured out what I'm doing with it yet. But just buy a big magnifying glass and set in the front of the unit. There you go, Curtis.
Yeah. That's the budget.
Jeweler's glasses with the big Google AIs and see it.
Oh yeah.
And that's something we all mount our electronics up to the front like bass fishermen. Then we stare out the back of the boat, not looking at them.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Clearview, he's got a live scope unit now, and he did a really cool. His is completely universal and portable. He can actually take it off of his boat and go put it in my boat if he wants to.
Well, you can put
what's up, JG? JG, he'll put it in your boat too.
Yes,
there you go. He's got its own, it's in a milk crate. It's his own power pack. He's got his kill switch for his power. He's got all of his cables, transducer, and everything mounted on a pole. He's got it all hooked up to where he can set it in front of his boat. He can set it in the back of his boat. He can take it off and put it on my boat and just leave it. Just whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, whatever. Can you imagine facing a live scope backwards and then bumping and actually watching your bumping rig on live scope? I'm just saying it
would work.
Throw it out there, right? I mean, I'll never be able to do it. But
922, that's one of the things I saw, but I haven't figured out how to do it or if mine's compatible. But there is videos out there that shows how to Wi-Fi link your graph to your phone or a tablet or HDMI TV, anything that has Wi-Fi capabilities. So it's out there, just the same as like your. See,
he was thinking it too. I ain't the only one.
So now we used to do something similar to that, like on the Muskingum River. We would anchor up and it was called a deeper. There's a little ball that you throw out, a little sonar ball, right to the screen. To get your baits out, you float that back over your baits, and you have an idea of what's back there. If
Hmm.
technology was better at the time, that could have been awesome. It just wasn't clear enough to.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so and that worked rather well.
Yeah, it adds up fast. You know, Zach just picked up the Humminbird version of the whatever they call it, the Mega Live.
Yeah.
You know, by the time you start buying cables and just the poles to mount these things is crazy expensive. The mount itself, then the pole itself, and that this is everything. Just the initial shock of buying the thing is bad enough.
Yeah.
Roger, it's not that we didn't want it. I know, Benoit. I'm just playing with you. I know you were trying to be nice. You're like, no, don't give away your other net. You might need it someday. Which I thought the thieves stole it when they came in the garage, but somehow they left the HydroWeb 80 just laying there.
They don't know how much it costs. That's why they didn't take it.
Oh yeah. Well, trust me, they got their money's worth. They got plenty.
Oh yeah.
You need a memory card for active captain. It looks like we're talking graphs up there.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna, make your own pole mount. So yeah, Skip did make his own pole mount. He went the PVC route, and we found out that that PVC does not hold up very well. It flexes as soon as you start giving it a little bit of juice. It flexes and it kind of messes your imagery up just a little bit. I have a 10-inch helix on the back for drifting, a 12-inch Lowrance Live on the dash, and a 9-inch Garmin on the front with live scope. Man, Buckeye's got it all covered out. That's what I like, because each of those is really good at something different. So Garmin has the best live scope. Live imaging right now, Garmin still stands out in front.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is catching up pretty fast, and I'm sure somebody will overtake that title eventually. But right now, Garmin still holds the best. In my opinion, Humminbird still has the best side imaging, but Lowrance has the best, I think, 2D and down imaging, especially with that overlay.
Yes, I love that on mine.
I'd like the overlay.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. So Jim's like, hey, I ain't no brand snob. I'll run them all. Which I do too. I got a Humminbird on the front of my boat. I got a Helix 7, I think, on my graph or for my trolling motor. And I got 2 Garmins at the helm. Hey, there's Paula Smith. I just seen that you made the news again. I didn't get to read the article yet, but I'll be sure to go back and check that out. Thanks, Paula, for stopping in. Love you, girl. I forgot. I had a good question for you guys here just a second ago, and I got sidetracked. There's so much stuff.
While you think of your question, I actually have a question. A little straying from the subject just a little bit, and this is really for all three of y'all. If y'all been doing YouTube for a little while now. Now that y'all have got going on YouTube and really starting to see how everything works, everything's growing, is there anything that's, let's say, surprising now about YouTube that maybe y'all didn't expect, or maybe some assumptions that y'all made about YouTube that come to find out are not or wrong? Anything that surprised y'all since y'all started?
Well, we're still fairly new, and like we said earlier, we don't have many subscribers yet, but we've already got one hater in the 28 subscribers.
One hater. Well, I tell you right now, if you get hung up on one hater, you're in the wrong business. Because
not even worried about it.
Got a new member.
Brooklyn,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brooklyn, I don't even remember seeing
that. We're still fairly new, so no giant surprises yet.
I realized it's as uncomfortable as I thought it would be.
It's every bit as uncomfortable as you thought it'd be. That's okay. I don't know if it works in the like live camera stuff, but in school they tell you just imagine everybody in their underwear or whatever. So I don't know if that'll work for you.
No, I don't think it's the same thing.
You don't want to imagine any of us in our underwear.
No, we're not going there.
Time to go.
Here's what I'll tell you. And this is just my 2 cents for somebody new coming into YouTube and wanting to do the live things, is focus on your audio. Audio is, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, is probably more important than your video. Video quality is important. Don't get me wrong. People want to see what's going on, but audio will turn people off in a way pretty quick. So having noise canceling devices, whether it's the dead cat muff, or even if you go as simple as, like, right here is my box that goes on the boat. And even if you go as simple as a hair curler with a hole poked out for your cord, that works.
That works
And
great too.
That will save you from losing viewers, especially if you're live fishing.
Yep.
I don't see my. Oh, it's on the camera. It's on the mount that's on my ring light. But focus your energy on and your money into like sound quality, GoPros and stuff. You can get action cameras. There's a million of them out there, and anymore they're all good. You don't have to have a $400 GoPro to make a video and do something out there. They're good. Got 4 GoPros. Well, that's fine. So I'm preaching to the choir at this point. But
I know one big thing that helped me, especially when I was starting, because I was insanely camera shy, and I still am a little bit, believe it or not. The chat's going to tell me I'm full of it, but still get that way sometimes. But for me, it helped a lot when I was first starting. A couple of subscribers I had, especially with live streams. Once I got to know my audience personally just a little bit, it started being like I was hanging out with them, and getting to know my audience helped out a lot. It helped out cut out a lot of those nerves, because now I'm not live in front of a bunch of strangers anymore. These are people that I know personally. People, that helped me a ton when I was new. Now, it took me, Roger, probably about a year before I did my first live stream. It took me a while to get the nerve up to finally do it just live on my own, not in a tournament. But that's the big thing that helped me right there, is getting to know people, getting to know my audience. It calmed those nerves a lot. I will say that.
Thank you.
So Brooklyn came in earlier, and I said I didn't remember saying the name before, and obviously it's a fan of Joe's. So we all love you, Joe, says Brooklyn.
My daughter.
There you go.
Okay. There we go.
See, I absolutely love that. If you guys, you guys know that my mom and dad watch. My sister was in here earlier. My brother pops in all the time. My kids will pop in randomly. They're too busy for old dad anymore. But I love that the family is working together.
Arguing with me about it.
Creole ain't camera shy. It's just him trying to keep certain words from coming out. Yeah,
that too.
Yeah, so keeping the shows PG or PG-13 can be, depends on who your audience is or who you're. Yeah.
It's tough.
I used to have a pretty bad potty mouth too back in the day. I've got it pretty much under control now. On camera, and but every now and then something will roll out that shouldn't. But
yeah, hard to break a fisherman's mouth.
What's that?
I said it's hard to break a fisherman's mouth.
It is.
Yeah, it's the same as a sailor, right? We're basically we just think sailors on smaller vessels. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's worse for fishermen. I really think so.
Hey, Jerry Parker just dropped the link out there to set the hook on these guys.
Thank you, Jerry.
We got 79 folks. I think somebody just posted that you guys are up to 36 subscribers so far tonight. Guys, if you don't,
awesome. We thank you all. We do. That's awesome.
Guys, give them guys a chance. Go over and set the hook on them and ring the bell. Don't forget to leave a comment. Do you guys have any videos? Yeah, you guys got videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's just the fish. That's it. Nothing fancy yet.
Yep.
There we go. Up to 43 now.
There you go. 43.
Thank you.
So, rolling.
If I tell you that anyone in here that has a channel that has any content will tell you, me, Jerry, every one of us, our first videos, our first 10, 20, 30, I'm up to 300, and I still don't know if I got a good video. Your first videos are always going to be, aren't going to be your greatest work. Unless you're like Keith from Fishing and Stuff, and you just go back and delete all the bad ones and only leave the good ones.
Right. Yeah.
Which isn't a bad trick. But your first videos are always going to be, less than perfect. But these guys do have some content out on their channel. Consider going over and setting a hook on them. I have a feeling coming into this live fishing tournament league that you're going to see a lot out of this group right here. And I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun. And Creole says he's shy. He's full of crap. I have messages that say otherwise. There you go, Jerry.
But see, this is the other side of that coin of getting to know your audience personally. That's what you end up dealing with. Just I love you, Gary.
Hey, Randy, man, that's the whole concept behind this channel is to try to help folks out. Whether it's, you know, a newbie to fishing or newbie to YouTube and live streaming or things like that. One of the things that Jeremy and I try to repeat over and over again is neither one of us know it all. Most of the information that we pass along is just regurgitated information that we got from somebody else or some of our own personal experiences. We hope to never try to come off that we know it all and our way is the only way. I'm wrong a lot. Trial and error. Trial and error is just how I run. But I'm very fortunate. Jackie and I talked about this today. We was talking about people we would love to fish with. And I was like, man, I've fished with Doc Lang. I fished with Chris Souders. I fished with some of the greatest teachers in the sport. And I can call any of them up right now and talk to them. And they've passed on so much valuable information that I just repeat it. I try to give credit where it's due. You know, these guys have taught me so much. But that's why this channel exists, is to try to help folks out and education and conservation. That's what we really truly care about. So having fun is what it's all about. There you go. Yeah. And JG Hill reminds us it's all about having fun. If you're not having fun, and you guys will see this. So I'll be honest. When I first started, I did the live streaming stuff, and then I tried to do production videos. I was doing production videos off my phone. I continued to do videos. And I thought, you know what? If I get a laptop, I bet I could do even better videos. I got a laptop. I think I've made 1 or 2 videos since I got a laptop. Everything you see on my channel was done with a phone. Most of it was recorded with a GoPro or an action camera or the phone itself. And everything was edited and put together, which my editing and cuts and stuff aren't the greatest out there. I'm not going to lie and say that I have fantastic stuff, but I did it all on the phone. And then when I got to the computer, I just learned everything over again. And I got so frustrated sitting here watching videos on how to make videos for so long. I was like, I just want to fish. All these hours I'm sitting at the computer, I just want to catch fish. Like, you know what? I can just go live. So, you know, just keep in mind, you want to keep it where it's fun. Some people love editing. You know, you hear Keith Fishing and stuff talk about how much he loves editing and he loves the process and the final cut, you know, and be proud of it and stuff like that. Bobcat says editing sucks. I'm the same way. I don't like editing. There's better things I can do with my time, and I'm not that good at it. But my brother, who's doing all of our editing for the channel now, absolutely loves it. He has picked up this ball and just ran with it, and it makes me so mad because the first time he ever edited for me using that program, he put something out that was just 100 times better than anything I ever did. So it's like, some folks are just really, really good at it. Jerry leaves a great comment here. Says, "Don't be afraid to ask any of us questions. We will all happily answer them." And that is one thing that this catfish community I'm super proud of, is the fact that open arms. You know, just from, you know, I hate to keep bringing up Jackie over and over again, but she's new to this, and many times she's like, I can't believe how like super laid back and cool and helpful and open for information people are. She's just not used to it, and she's like, it's just weird. It's good, but she's like, it's just weird. That and the drama. She's like, I can't believe for a bunch of fishermen there's this much drama. I was like, well, I try not to get caught up in the drama. There's enough. If you want drama, you can find it, but I don't have any use for it. I try to steer clear of it the best I can. You'll get caught up in it eventually. Just take the high road and let it all roll off your back.
If you always do what's right to you, then you'll be fine. Don't let anybody tell you that you're don't be influenced by anybody else. Your morals, your standards, you stick to them no matter what, for better or worse. Because look, I've had to stick to mine for the worse. Like, look, this is where I'm at on it. I don't care who gets mad, but this is where I'm at, and that's it. It's if anything else, everybody knows I'm pretty consistent. Like this is where I'm at. If you don't like it, you know, so be it.
Draw that line in the sand and don't cross it. Exactly.
That's it.
No, this community has been great. Just coming into it, I'd watched some of the lives, a lot of the videos here and there. And the night that they did the Kevin, Brian, Chad, all of them were doing the video about the tournament league.
Yeah.
They were live. And I was watching, I was like, these guys seem like a good group of guys. Because we had been talking about doing tournaments.
Yeah.
Local tournaments, whatever. And we went to a seminar. Joe and I went to a seminar this winter, and guys were like encouraging, hey, go try it. You've never done it. You've never done it. To be honest, a lot of the local tournament guys they fish like their kids aren't going to eat unless they win. And that's discouraging. I mean, and now there are some good ones, but it's that one bad apple ruined a whole bunch. And I was watching the video. I was like, this is pretty cool. And Brian talks about the Uno tournament. I was like, what a cool concept. They went on the veterans, horseshoes on. I was like, you know what? This is more fun than anything. It's not competitive. There's not enough money in it to make anyone be like, hey, this is
right.
I have to fish like crazy. It's not like you're winning something. And I kept looking, all right, what's a catch? What's this going to cost me to get into? And I was like, nothing. All right, let's do it. Absolutely.
That's actually the reason we're going to miss one of our tournaments this year. We're taking a veteran out for a veterans tournament on Sandusky Bay.
Oh, cool.
Is that on June 2nd or 3rd or whatever?
Yes. First.
Disabled veterans. Disabled veterans outdoors.
Yeah, you going up?
I've been there every year.
Okay, good.
I will be there. We're missing a couple tournaments that day as well. Actually, Chad's bumping for Biggins. I don't know why he waited till freaking June to do a bumping tournament.
Because he wanted to make sure. Because he wanted to make sure I was in the spawn. That's why.
Yeah. Hey,
when all the fish turn off, you get to go bump.
Hey, well, let me tell you something. Last year, I don't remember what the date was last year, but Skip, Zach, and I all fished against each other in the same boat. I don't know how this happened, but I like to bump farther out. I like to get my bait farther from the boat. So I was bumping out farther. Skip was bumping in the middle, and Zach was bumping close to the boat. He kind of runs the graphs and the rotor, so he keeps his fairly close. I caught fish, and Zach caught fish, and Skip didn't catch any. He was in the middle. He was doing absolutely nothing different. He was using the same bait, he was doing everything the same as we were. Zach got first place in bumping for Biggins, and I got second place bumping for Biggins on the Ohio River.
So you were getting the breakfast fish, he was getting the dinner fish. The lunchtime fish just weren't eating.
It wouldn't happen.
Poor Skip. I think at one point we even put the bait on the hook for him. I was like, man, you got something on your fingers? What in the world have you done? But I don't know that he's in here, but I don't know if he even caught a fish that day. And it was just mind-blowing. But anyway, real quick, Sue has a question here about the live tournament. Do you have to have a YouTube channel? You do not. The only thing you have to have is a phone
account. You have to YouTube account. You got to have, a username. Not necessarily a full channel with content and everything, but you do have to have a YouTube account, right?
Yeah, I guess as if you have a Google account, you already have one.
Right. A Gmail account and just sign up for YouTube. That makes you a YouTube account. Like whatever you need to join a chat in YouTube and chat, that's all you need to be in these live tournaments. That's all you need.
And the Mad Cat scale.
And well, for the tournament league, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. There was a lot of great comments up there, especially when we was talking about the drama. I seen something about I've always called it as the reels turn.
Yeah.
The young and the catfishless. That was one.
And I heard as the slicker turns. That was Bobcat.
As the slicker turns, that was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you can log into StreamYard, you're good to go. But see, I just don't remember what you have to log into StreamYard. That's where I was hanging up.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure. Hey, there's Terry Lane. What's up, Terry? Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Kentucky Hunter. Man, we got some folks We got some folks
New to the party. Just click the link they send. You don't need account.
That's what I thought. I thought
we're learning.
Oh, looky there. Uptown Chrissy Brown, man, tuning in late. Channel member for 18 months. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate you guys' support more than you know. Appreciate that. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. I know we missed a whole bunch of comments right there. I was trying to catch back up. Yeah, I don't know. We was trying to give advice on the tournament stuff and the channel stuff. And the biggest thing I'd say is just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Even though, somebody's super success, like no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to be Richard Gene, the fishing machine. All right.
Right.
I just can't. There's only one of those guys. And I love him to death. I love watching that channel. But
no, we're just going to do what we always do. We're just going to have a camera on it doing it. That's
there
it.
you go.
Yep. I've said so many times that, there's an audience for everybody. You just have to find your audience, do what you do and your passion will come through. If you're trying to fake anything or trying to exaggerate it'll come out on camera. The camera will show it 10 times more. Do what you like to do. Your audience will find you. And through your analytics, you'll see what works and what don't, how to shift things around and just go with it.
There you go. Have you all considered using measuring board to measure inches instead of pounds like the kayakers do? So for the online fishing tournament league, I don't believe any of those are length. Those are all weight, but there are several tournaments out there that are. Matter of fact, there's a whole here in Ohio that just launched a whole length division.
And that's awesome for the fish.
Yes. Yeah. I like the fact that you can measure it and put it right back into the water quickly, which is also one of the huge benefits to the live fishing. You bring it out of the water, you weigh it right then, you show it, and it goes right back into the water, not riding in a live well for 50 miles one way. That happens at some of these big tournaments, but fishing can. Yes.
Yeah, we don't even have a live well in the boat just because, it was never my thing to ever get a live well full of fish and take them anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, if you decide to do the tournaments, especially like up on Hoover, there's a group of guys up there that do it. But I've got a live well for mine because I wanted to try to fit. So the Fishing Chaos app, they do have an online length division right there. You guys, if you're interested in that, that's where you would want to go check out. And you'd be up against guys like Kayak Mike run that circuit, Ryan Bortz. Justin Johnson, there's some big dudes that really do well in that length division. Richard Gene's still around. Watch him all the time. Oh yeah, Richard. He's a hoot, man. He makes good content. It all depends on what your niche is. If your niche is entertainment, if your niche is education, if you're able to pull off both, you just find your groove and that's find out what works for you. Let's see what else. Let's see. We do have a spotlight tonight. We can't forget about that.
Oh, we do. That's right. We'll play that right at the end of the show, like we always do.
Yeah, we'll close out with that. That's been working out pretty good here lately. Guys, do you have any questions or anything? I just realized we're at 9:15 already.
Yeah, we've been rolling.
No, we appreciate you taking time for us. And this is awesome. The community has been great. Welcome arms. I actually just enjoyed what I've stumbled upon here.
More helpful than any other fishing community catfishing has.
Oh, yeah. He's a big saugeye fisherman. Oh, no, they're tight-lipped. And yeah. This catfishing community, especially like I mentioned earlier, the group from Ohio, phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't believe you're 100% right. There is such a good showing for Jim just said you guys are up to 53.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's more than double.
We all started you start somewhere. So that's a big deal. But yeah, the showing for support and catfish anglers out of Ohio is just crazy to me compared to, the rest of the country when it comes to big fish and fishability. I don't know if it's because we don't have as many big fish as the rest of the country does. And so we got to fight hard for every single one.
I think so. I think that's got a lot to do with it.
But there's a lot of big tournament anglers that have told us all, like, look, if you're consistent on the Ohio River, you got a pretty good shot at the rest of the country, because it's not easy catching fish here. And I'm not saying that we're great anglers or better than anyone else because of it, but it's not easy. It's not
We have to
fishing out of a
work out.
barrel. I can tell you that.
My dog got in the court here. 1 second, brother.
We're going for a ride. I can tell you that we love the setup you guys got. The big I don't know how many comments I saw about people saying they love your table and the country theme that you guys got going on there. It looks like a place I'd like to go hang out.
I mean,
She
what?
her whole theme and all that rustic lodge. I mean, it's just a homey feeling. And
oh yeah,
I built furniture on the side.
Here you go. Somebody said you guys were having an earthquake.
oh, I had the phone plugged in up there on the stand,
Come here.
and the dog got into the court.
Kentucky Hunter wants to know where you guys fish on the Ohio River. So these guys are actually located in central Ohio. They're like smack dab in the middle of Ohio. So
We really haven't the last couple of years, but in the past, when we have Fort Smith over to Gallipolis,
that's my backyard. So, but
I always ask this question to anybody, especially some that I haven't met yet, but bucket list fishing destinations for y'all.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
I have to take her to the James River, and we're probably going to do that this coming winter. Years ago, I showed her a video of someone catching like 800 pounds of fish in a day, and she's been addicted since. And
Oh, I saw that. Everyone, Santee Cooper. Yeah, that's. I've never fished there. I have fished the James a few times. That's a good, fun trip. Fishing tidal water is a crazy experience. So,
I'm so excited.
yeah, it's neat. And the thing is, we got 2 stands. You got 3 stands. You got Austin from Fishing Fever. You got Dan over at Green Machine. He's not Green Machine anymore. He's
Goober Time Guide Service.
Goober Time. There we go. Goober Time Guide. So you got so many good folks over there that can get on good fish. The information is endless. I can give you information based on what I've seen and what I've done out there, but it's not going to be nearly as good as what these guys got.
Right. Yeah. The ones that fish, that's their home waters. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There you go. Harley says, I love catfishing, but I would head to saltwater if I had my choice. All right. Well, this question has made it clear to the end of the show, but we always want to know about PBs.
Yes.
We always want to know what kind of PBs you guys are up against. So, because it's always exciting when you break it. You know what I mean? If like
absolutely it is.
When somebody goes out and they're like, dude, they could smash their PB today. What are you guys looking at?
Mine is a blue at 34.40.
34.4. Look at it. She knew exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Knew exactly.
My PB was more than 20 years ago, and it was a flathead out of the Muskingum at 32. Yes, her PB is bigger than mine.
Mine is one of the photos I sent you earlier. It was right at 50 pounds out of the Ohio River.
Nice.
50 pounds.
Flathead.
Heck yeah.
Those are all fantastic PBs, and they can be beaten at any time. What's your biggest channel catch? You guys are fishing Sandusky Bay. We all know that there's some monster channels up there. I think my biggest up there is 22, because my PB was 21 for a long time out of Rocky Fork, and I beat it with a 22 at Sandusky.
Mine's right around there.
We're all three right around there.
My big one last summer was 24. So yeah, that's
24. Oh my God, that is
man.
We know that
I
there's
watched the 31 go over the side of a boat, and that's just phenomenal up there.
31-pound channel cat.
That's so wild. That's so wild to me, because only a few years ago did I even know channel cats got that big. I thought channel cats didn't get over 5 pounds. You know, that's because that's all they get down here. It's wild that they get that big. It's crazy.
Our average the other night, I think when we looked it up, was like 14, 15 pounds per tune fed.
I think,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it was about 11, just under 11.
11,
It was 16 fish for 173 pounds. So
Wow,
that's
unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. You guys right now are, in my opinion, are my biggest threat, at least out of the Ohio anglers. You know, I never try to compare myself to the Tennessee, James, Mississippi anglers. But
fish is our whole night. Yeah.
Huh?
We're one of their fish could be our whole night. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
get like Parker 62. I'm not going to see that here.
yeah, but the thing is, Parker caught a 62. He actually quadrupled it with the draw 4, and consistency. You guys didn't catch a 60, but you caught. How many fish did you say you caught?
16.
16 fish, and
we
guys
gave
won.
2 of them away. We got 3 fish from them. Parker gave us a good fish for that one, and
28. Thanks, Parker.
the draw 2s were really good to us. We had 1 skip, 2 reverses, and we had 3 fish reversed to us. So that was kind of a wash, even though we got more weight from them. But the numbers were kind of a wash there. So
that was kind of our thought going into fishing Sandusky Bay too. Is if you keep putting fish on the board, the reverse could come to you at any time.
Right.
Yeah. That's the struggle we was having. We hadn't caught a fish. I was like, we don't have a shot at a reverse or a skip because we ain't caught a fish.
Yep.
And so because some people made the comment, it's like, well, this tournament isn't about good angling. It's about luck. Well, no. If you continuously put fish on the board, it's going to continue to work in your favor. You know, I mean, it's. If you're not catching fish, if you're not successful catching fish, your chances of winning this thing were pretty slim. So I love the idea. What was it?
If that's the only way we knew we could compete with James River in Tennessee.
Yeah. No, you guys are on the right thing, man. I thought it was fun. It's always a fun twist. And that's the thing, especially because this is a tournament now and there's money involved, is you don't want things to become stale and everybody's just eye on the prize and not having fun anymore. Tournaments like this and all the ones that are lined up for this year are designed to keep it fun. So the way I see it is, look, we're going to fish these tournaments. We've been fishing them for years for free. And so they threw a prize at the end to make it kind of fun if you end up in the top seat. So to me, that's like, it really is not changing a whole lot. We're going to fish them anyway, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the season to see how it plays out. I'm really got my eye on you guys. I think you guys are going to be extremely competitive.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you guys are off to a great start. A great way to highlight you guys' channel and what you're capable of. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with next.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Jeremy, you got anything else for us tonight?
No, I'm good. Like I said, we got a little spotlight we can show in a minute if we're ready for it.
Yep, we'll get ready. We're ready to kick that off. Again, we'll say thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We still got 71 folks hanging out, and that's just a great night for us. We appreciate everybody. We're going to close the night off with the tonight's spotlight brought to you by Kelly Bullock. Thank you again, brother. And we will catch you next. Actually, you're going to catch Jeremy next week. You're going to catch Jeremy.
We have a special show planned. I have to talk to all of our guests about it, which I'm pretty sure they're going to be down for it. But we got an awesome show next week. Trust me.
So next Tuesday night, I'm actually going to be heading down to Alabama. I believe we're leaving at midnight, so I've got to get some sleep. And so I don't know if I'll be able to sleep or not. But we're heading to Alabama late Tuesday night. And so Jeremy said, hey, I'll take the show on for the night. Give it to me, boss. Put me in, coach.
We got something special planned. Or I got something special planned. The rest of them don't know about it yet. But that's okay.
Again, thank you guys for taking the time to come on and hang out with us tonight. And we'll wrap things up here with tonight's spotlight. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night. Same cat time, same cat channel.
Go on, fish,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.